The Amazon Prime original series Homecoming is based off a podcast of the same name, but does it translate to the screen? The basis for the story is that a company develops a treatment plan for soldiers that have PTSD when they return home from the war. And Homecoming is meant to be able to transition them into normal life. Now, it stars Julia Roberts and Bobby Cannavale as the main roles. And Julia Roberts is kind of a therapist and she manages the Homecoming program. Bobby Cannavale is with the corporate side of it, and he is always removed. He's always talking to her on the phone. And one of the things that I really like about this series is the way that they use the shots, because it's told in two different timelines. We're told at the past, and then we're told in the present. That kind of makes sense, right? Well, the past is full screen, but then the present is put in these really wide black pillar bars on the side. So you get almost like somebody took it and shot it vertically with their phone, and you wanted to slap them upside the head for doing that. But they did it. And so what it did is it made for some really good and interesting shots and camera work. And it really helped keep track of what time we were in, because if you saw full screen, you knew, hey, we're in the past. Nope, now we're in the present and we're following along. Stephen James also stars, and he is Walter Cruz, and he is one of the soldiers. And he and Julia Roberts' character, they really hit it off well. They create this bond, and you really begin to see him just react to her treatment and the way that she speaks with him, and just she's getting through, and they're really forming a good connection. And that's exactly what they want, that as the series goes along, you get to see him and he's like, I feel great. Shea Whigham is Thomas Carrasco, and he plays just a government official. Now, throughout the course of the series, a report has been issued, or a complaint has been issued, and he is set to investigate it, and it's with the Homecoming program. Now, all of his scenes take place in the present, so you've got the vertical shot there. His character is kind of a government drone, but you also see that he has a head on his shoulders, and he's trying to push through, but he's got all of this opposition. He has no real power. He's checking off the boxes of his job, and what he has to do is he has to investigate. Is there merit to this investigation, or to this complaint rather? And then, well, yes there is. Okay, I check some boxes, it elevates, it goes on to the next person, and I'm done. But he adds just a good twist to the story. All of the episodes are varying lengths, which I love. Some are 30 minutes, some are 32, some are 26 minutes. So you don't ever have just this set amount of time exactly. What they did is they just said, you know what, this is how long the story takes, this is how long we're gonna shoot. And I really liked that. It drew me in, and it really had this Hitchcock feel to it, because you know something's going on, well, because it's a mystery and it's playing out in two timelines, but we don't know what it is. And as it's going, we get little glimpses here and there of, well, maybe this is going on, but then something else is thrown in where you're kind of like, ooh, well, wait a minute, how does that work? And wait, what? Overall, the series is really, really good and really engaging. I loved watching it. And because the episodes are so short, you could binge it in about 5 hours. So just knock out one day on the weekend, or, well, hey, even one night if you're into that. And then you're left probably wanting more, because the ending is a little bit ambiguous, and it's definitely kind of a cliffhanger too. Now, if you find yourself wondering at the end of the series, like, what in the world did I just watch, or what did all that mean? I've got another video that explains that, so you can check that out. But it does have spoilers in there, so if you haven't seen the show, if you want to watch the show, don't watch that until you've watched it. And then, does that make sense? You watch that, and watch that, whatever. You get what I'm saying. And then you can check it out and see how good I am at my predictions, and if I'm right or wrong, and if you agree. I really enjoyed Homecoming. I thought it was done very well. The camera work is different, at least. I don't know if it's totally unique, but it is definitely different, and it is something to take note of. One thing though that I did kind of, that bothered me a little bit is with the camera work, there's not a lot of depth to it. It almost felt like it was shot on a phone, that it didn't have, or just some lens that didn't have a lot of depth of field to it. And that's neither here nor there. It just, as I was watching it, it was a little annoying to me. But again, I'm kind of a geek in that, so whatever. You take that for a grain of salt. There is no sex or nudity. There is a little bit of violence, and there is a bunch of profanity. I give the Amazon Prime original series Homecoming 4.5 out of 5 couches. Have you seen it? I'd love to know your comments below and what you thought about the series, if you enjoyed it or not. Don't give any spoilers though, okay? If you enjoyed this review, please give it a like. Also, don't forget to share, subscribe, and tap that notification bell so that you know when I upload new content. I'm Chris. This is Movies and Munchies. Thanks for couching with me.